WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Quentin Smith. A local tire manufacturing company is expanding across the U.S. border. Cooper Tire and Rubber Company has now acquired full ownership of its facility in Mexico. Now the company says this move does not mean they're shutting down business at the Tupelo facility. Cooper Tire spokeswoman Ann Roman says they purchased the Mexico facility to strengthen its global manufacturing footprint. The company has been in a partnership with the Mexico facility for 11 years. For many local cities and towns, attracting and keeping businesses, well, it can be a challenge. But as our Ali Martin tells us, there are ways economic developers are touting unique features of their areas to boost interest and keep those businesses.
It is lunchtime at Jeffrey's, and business is brisk. Ellen Shaw's family opened the gift store and restaurant in 1981 on the square in Bruce. It has been in the same location ever since, weathering good and bad economic times, but remaining a vital part of the town. Shaw says the business has attracted a loyal following while creating its own niche in downtown. She believes those factors are a recipe for success.
We have a lot of great support with the community, and like you did, we have the people that continue to shop with us, and we pull from other areas, which has been really advantageous for us also. You know, a lot of hard work, but just great local people also.
Like many locally owned businesses, Jeffrey's is involved in the community. Shaw is on the board of aldermen, and customers can pick up flyers promoting a fundraising drive to help the Bruce High School band get new uniforms. The strong sense of community attracts many residents to the area. Carolyn Bryant and her husband Jerry moved back to Calhoun County after living in the Memphis area for more than 40 years.
He retired in '95, but we didn't have the courage to move back until 2002. And we've moved back, and we haven't regretted it. All our friends told us you can't go home again, but we found out that you could.
Promoting cities and towns throughout Calhoun County is vital to the area's economic success. That's what organizations like the Bruce Chamber of Commerce does. In fact, they're having their monthly business meeting. It's an opportunity for business and civic leaders to come together and talk about ways to market the unique qualities of the area.
Our housing costs here are very low, low tax base, and it's sort of a bedroom community from Oxford. So we have some Ole Miss affiliation in our county, and yes, it's small town atmosphere with big town thoughts.
The Calhoun Economic Development Association believes that's one reason to get an accurate count in the upcoming census, because federal and state dollars for economic development are on the line. In Bruce, Ali Martin, WCBI News.
And the Calhoun Economic Development Association will hold its annual banquet Thursday evening.
Pretty nice weather out there today and this evening, all clear across our region. Looking ahead, some rain chances in the forecast here. No big systems, no severe weather coming our way. That's certainly good news. And seasonable temperatures in the near term with a little bit of an increase in temperature by the weekend. All right, temperatures right now in the 30s to low 40s. The wind is calm. That could support a little bit of patchy fog later on tonight. Right now we're basically clear. Could be some fog later on. Notice the rain back there in Texas. That's headed our way, and it will be here tomorrow night, Wednesday. But out ahead of it, we are looking at temperatures that will be up to around 60, a mix of sun and clouds during the day. I'm back with your full forecast coming up.
At least a dozen inmates have died throughout the prison system since the start of the new year. Now, several pastors from North Mississippi are outlining a list of prison reforms they say are long overdue. Pastor Jeffrey Gladney joined other ministers and family members with loved ones in Parchment for a news conference today. Gladney says several families in his church have loved ones in Parchment, which is where the violence has occurred. The group wants the prison facility in Sunflower County shut down, along with putting nonviolent offenders on probation and examining the jail sentence of drug-related crimes. Gladney believes the money saved from these measures could help pay for rehab programs.
We would hope that this would make enough of an impact that something would be done about the conditions in Parchment. Nothing short of those inmates being moved to better conditions, going against the 8th Amendment of the Constitution of cruel and unusual punishment. We want our anyone who is in jail to be treated fairly.
Gladney also hopes lawmakers will revise some sections of House Bill 585. Well, it's a cycle that happens so often. Inmates finding their way back into prison. Our Bobby Martinez speaks with area lawmakers to get their thoughts on how the state can improve its recidivism rate. He has the story.
As the prison doors slam shut, so do the opportunities. There are some work programs in prison, but they don't always translate to a job once their sentence is over. State Representative Sheck Taylor believes employment isn't the only issue outside the gates of jail.
There's two issues that we have. Number one, when you incarcerate nonviolent offenders with violent offenders, what you find is that when they are released, they oftentimes become violent offenders on the outside. But also when they come out, they do need to have workforce development skills.
Taylor says those skills are being taught at many community colleges almost every day. He wants convicts to have a similar training, enabling them to have a career.
There are mobile welding units that can actually be shipped near prisons, local jails, and things of that nature, especially even here regionally, where they can get on-site skills where they can go out and be gainfully employed. And these welders make up to $80,000 a year.
At a Monday meeting with area lawmakers, State Representative Kabir Kareem talked about jobs and parole restrictions keeping some inmates in jail. Kareem believes the Legislative Black Caucus can make progress on these issues this legislative session.
We'll take those concerns that we heard today as it relates to MDOC and talk to our caucus and hopefully further our legislation that is already in progress, that we can alleviate some of the overcrowdedness that we have in prison right now.
That was our Bobby Martinez reporting there. Kareem says he and other lawmakers plan on visiting Parchman Prison this Friday to get a first-hand look on the current living conditions. Well, turning our attention over to weather. So, Keith, is it true that more rain is in our forecast?
'Tis true. What can we do? It's been a very wet year, Quentin. Some spots approaching 10 inches so far for the month. Now, Wednesday, yes, we do have some rain in the forecast. It won't be too terribly heavy, but rain is in the forecast. We'll have a full 7-day next.
Your WCBI First Alert Accuweather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
All right, let's talk about your weather forecast here for tomorrow and beyond. There's Baby, our First Alert forecast for tonight. Maybe a little bit foggy in the morning. I don't know if she likes it or not, but looks like we will have to deal with some 60s or 50s in the region for tomorrow. Today, not too bad. There's our time lapse from Louisville, Mississippi. Not too bad at all this afternoon once we got rid of the clouds. Now, temperatures right now are cooling down. We've got some 30s. We've got some 40s out there. Tomorrow, some 50s and 60s. Not too bad here across the region. If you're traveling north, it's going to be much cooler, but down here in the deep south where we live, things will be relatively mild. Mainly clear across our region tonight. As we zoom on into 8 o'clock, you don't see any fog here with this updated version of Futurecast, but we may see areas of fog out there in the morning. So just be aware as we cool down into the mid-30s, there could be some fog that develops. And then the higher clouds will start to stream on in during the day. No moisture expected to fall from those clouds until tomorrow night. The rain will be confined to areas back to the west. We'll have a couple of blobs of rain move on through the region here Wednesday, the heaviest of which will likely be down to our south. That's where there could be some thunder. We will likely see some steadier rain and showers around here during the day Wednesday. So yes, umbrellas needed, but we don't really expect to see a lot of heavy rainfall overall. And then those clouds will hold tough initially on Thursday. So we are still thinking generally a ½ inch or less here. You see some higher totals. Those should be a bit of an outlier, but we'll just wait and see how this whole thing develops. This is zipping from the high plains down into the deep south, and there's another one waiting in the wings out there near Portland and Seattle. That could come in on Friday. So our rain opportunities here Wednesday, Friday, maybe Monday. We'll see how things shape up. Tonight down into the mid-30s. The wind is calm. Areas of fog certainly possible, so just be aware if you are traveling later on tonight. You may run into that. Tomorrow, 50s to low 60s. Some new data I've been monitoring this evening, trying to take temperatures up just a little bit from what you see on these maps right now. So we'll just see how this all goes tomorrow. But a mild day for us, above average. Clouds will be on the increase as we go throughout the course of the day. Ooh, let's see, which way should I go? Let's go this way. All right, got to get back to the news desk. Here's your Accuweather 7-day forecast. Around 60 tomorrow. 50 areas of rain on Wednesday, 54 Thursday. I think we're dry, but more showers possible. Friday, Quentin, your weekend, we're always looking towards the weekend. It's looking pretty good right now. A fair amount of sunshine and some milder temperatures.
I'm noticing a trend. We get good weather, dry weather, then wet weather, dry weather, wet weather.
Just about every other day, back and forth. But these are weak, fairly weak systems, and we don't really have to worry about them.
All right. Thank you so much, Keith. The flu virus is spreading throughout many schools and communities, but one way to help stop that virus starts at home. We'll explain after the break. Welcome back. If you haven't had the flu yet this season, well, chances are you probably know someone that has. Schools are canceling events and hiring cleaning crews to battle the dangerous virus. Homes and schools are where many people spend most of their time. That's why taking a few minutes to do some extra cleaning could keep everyone in your house fever-free. Our Stephanie Poole speaks with experts and has more on what you need to know.
Although germs can't be seen with the human eye, they live on everything you touch.
And all you have to do is cough, and it can be spread to the next student that the patient's sitting by. So, I mean, it can spread like wildfire.
It's something Jessica Mill sees every day at Fair Elementary School in Louisville. The nurse practitioner says recently about 15 to 20 kids have been visiting her office every day.
But we like to keep them home. Flu strands A and B the most prevalent.
As the virus infects more students, Mills encourages teachers to clean their classrooms even more.
Tell the teachers that if they have had a student who has been positive flu, to be sure that they're wiping down all the tables, the desks, having the kids wash their hands. When they cough, cover their mouths and their elbows. Disinfect with Lysol spray, Clorox, Germ-X.
Those germs also follow the kids home. Dee Dee Carter owns Tidy Girls Cleaning Service in Starkville. Her job takes her to schools, businesses, and homes.
Well, we'll focus like on things with children. We'll focus on things they can touch, things they can put in their mouths, toys. We'll wipe down all their toys. We'll make sure that the doorknobs are clean, that toilet bowl handles are clean, that floors are clean.
Carter says it takes extra work to get rid of germs in homes after several people have been sick in the small space.
We find ourselves doing extra mopping. We use extra heavy-duty chemicals and cleaners. A lot of our customers have asked for extra work this year due to flu and virus season.
That was our Stephanie Poole reporting there. Now, educators are asking parents to keep students at home if they have flu-like symptoms and until they're fever-free for at least 24 hours. Well, it's no secret that donating blood is important. It takes just a few minutes and saves dozens of lives every day. We learn more in our Health Talk with Baptist.
Hi, I'm Sandy Kilburn, a medical technologist and supervisor of the blood bank at Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle. I'd like to talk to you today about the importance of donating blood. Why are blood donors important? Here are some statistics. Every 2 seconds, someone in the United States needs blood. More than 38,000 donations are needed every day. 1 of every 10 hospital admissions needs blood. About 14 million units of blood are transfused each year in the United States. Nearly 21 million blood components are transfused each year in the United States. It is estimated that sickle cell disease affects 90,000 to 100,000 people in the United States. About 1,000 babies are born with the disease each year. Sickle cell patients can require frequent blood transfusions throughout their lives. More than 1 million people are diagnosed with cancer each year and require almost daily transfusions during their chemotherapy treatments. The blood used in an emergency is already on the shelves before the event occurs. A single car accident victim can require as many as 100 units of blood. The blood type most often requested by hospitals is type O. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist when we will discuss some common myths about blood donations.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
The Bulldogs pick up another big win, this time with the help from the bench. More from Vic Schaefer and company coming up next in sports.
Here's sports with Tom Ebel.
If Mississippi State is going on yet another deep tournament run in March, it'll need some consistency off the bench that it's been missing to start the season. But over the past 3 games, the Bulldogs have seen key reserves play big minutes. One of those being sophomore guard Zaria Wiggins, playing big minutes recently off the bench for Vic Schaefer, averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists in those 3 games while shooting 54% from the field. Schaefer says Wiggins has become his Swiss Army knife, impacting games from almost every aspect of basketball.
She's my fix-it-all. She can come in and play 2-3. She can play the 4. She's that big wing, you know, and you get her going now. She's hard to get to, and she does provide us a little bit of a little help rebounding. Really proud of her, and you know, I got a lot of confidence in Zaria right now, and she's really impacting our team.
I definitely think I'm playing pretty well right now. Just getting the confidence from them extra minutes that I'm getting on the court, you know, and just my teammates sitting here supporting me and just pushing me every day in practice definitely helps too.
Big week for the Magnolia State in basketball. Mississippi State on the road at Florida tomorrow at 6 p.m. Number 17 Auburn in town in Oxford taking on Ole Miss. The late tip at 8 p.m. Thursday, women's basketball continues. Auburn at number 9 Mississippi State and number 1 South Carolina taking on Ole Miss on Thursday as well. Then Saturday, the Rebels on the road at number 22 LSU, and Tennessee coming to Starkville to face Mississippi State. ICC hoops in action, taking on Holmes. That's former Lafayette Lady Door Zaire Burgess for 2. But check out another former local player, Louisville Wildcat Lamaya Pfeiffer, battling with the boards inside. It's 2 buckets to go. ICC able to roll to a win tonight, 64-52. Then running it back on the boys' side, ICC and Holmes, former Shannon Red Raider Rance Champ getting things going with a knockdown triple. Then Champ again, the finesse through the lane for the nice finger roll finish. Let's add some flair. Madarius Hobson, feed the man, and then look at this pass to Tyler Smith for the 2-hand flush. ICC sweeps Holmes. The Indians get the win 82-64. EMCC women defeat Northeast 61-60 in a nail-biter. The Lady Lions improved to 15-2, 6-0 in division play. And Northeast, the men's team, well, they lost their first game recently, and they answer in a big way. Tigers get the 96-53 win over a very good EMCC team. Tigers improved to 16-1, 5-1 in division play. High school soccer playoffs kicking off around the viewing area. Saltillo defeats New Hope 5-1. Amory defeats Senatobia 3-1. TCPS defeating Strayhorn 4-0. Soccer playoffs continuing into tomorrow. Boys action picking up as well. We'll have coverage and highlights of that coming up for you tomorrow as well. The sports world continues to mourn the loss of basketball legend Kobe Bean Bryant. Kobe's impact on not only the game of basketball, but to all sports across the globe felt the impact yesterday. So 2 years ago, when Mississippi State clinched its 2nd straight championship appearance, the Bulldogs' biggest star met my generation's Michael Jordan. Victoria Vivians had just helped her team reach the national championship, the pinnacle of her sport. When I talked to her after the game, this was her response. Kobe Bryant, just watched you get to your 2nd straight national championship. How are you feeling?
Amazing! Like, that's my idol, you know. I always looked up to him. My granddaddy loved him. My brother loved him. Everybody loved him. I love Kobe Bryant.
So for you, your 2nd straight national championship, what does it feel like?
It feels great. Kobe Bryant's out there.
Says it all. The Bulldogs had reached the title game. She was more excited one of her childhood idols was there in the building. And that was the impact of Kobe. No matter who you were, what you looked like, where you came from, we all wanted to be Kobe. To lose Kobe at just 41 years old and possibly the next Victoria Vivians and his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, there are really no words to describe that. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the Bryant family as well as the other 7 that met an unfortunate end in a very horrific helicopter accident of yesterday. WCBI News will be back after the break.
Clouds and sunshine, 60 degrees, rain likely on Wednesday, a break, then more rain possible Friday before a pretty nice weekend. Big football game this weekend, too.
So pretty big, huh, Keith?
How big would you say?
Pretty big game, huh?
How big would you say, Keith?
A little big. Huh?
How big would you say this game is this week?
It's kind of important.
I agree. Thanks for tuning in with us, everyone. We hope you have a good night.